welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all doing great. This is Diza. Today's episode is going to be based on how to cut this trendy corset cape. It can be a sleeve too. This is a trendy corset sleeve and it's of two different types, and that is all what I will be taking you in this class. So I'll be using this pattern to cut it up before placing it on the fabric. Then that is all I'll be showing to you. So the first one, like I said earlier, I said it's of two different types. I'll be cutting the first type before cutting the second one. So by folding it into two this way, then into four. This is into four places. So the whole length on this pattern is 8 plus 5 is 8.5 inches, and that is what I'll be using. Then the length of from the center of the front to the center of the back here is 12 inches. So 12 inches into 2 will give me 24 inches. So with the seam allowance, I'll be using 1.5 inches of seam allowance. All what I'm using, they are not constant. It depends on how you want it to be. You can decide to increase your own depending on how you want it. So here now, this particular area, some used to have pleats at the center of the bust. You can make a pleat with this. So let me just use. You can make a pleat, or you can do it pencil. Just attach it to the center of the corset. So let me use 2 inches. So this is 2 inches. So from this 2 inches now, I'll slant it up here. You can see this is how it's going to be. Then you're going to cut it out. So this is how it's going to be. By the time you open it, you're going to have this shape. You can see the shape. When I cut it out, I open it, then you're going to fold it into 2 this way, and that is where you're going to have the sleeve. So by the time you fold it this way, you can see this area is sharp. Just try to trim it so that the area will not be that sharp. I can try to leave it that way, depending on how you want it. But I'll be cutting this area out here, so as not to forget when I'm stitching it out. So you fold it into 2 this way, then into 4. You can see it. Just try to you can see it. You can see it's not that sharp again. Just try to reduce it a little bit like this. Yes. So by the time you open it, you now see the shape very well. You can see it. So this is how it's going to be. By folding it in, this edge is going to, you can try to place it like this or place it like this. But let me transfer this on the fabric first, then I'll not show it to you properly. I'm done by cutting it on the fabric. You can see it. So you have to notch this area. This is the center. So you can see this is the first method. So let me show you the other method now. So I will be using this other pattern to cut out the second method of getting that. So by folding this into 2 first, you can see it. After folding it into 2 this way, then you fold it into 4. You can see This is into 4. This is into 4. Then into 8. You can see it. This is into 8 now. So what is the length we have? We use 8.5. The wideness is 8.5. Now the length, that's from the center of the chest to the center of the back, is 12 inches with a seam allowance of 1.5 inches. Then this area I use 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. You can see this is my 2 inches, and you can see it's on the seam allowance. So from here now I'm going to make a slant line like the way we did for the first one. So don't mind my marker. So you can see it now. But the next thing to do is to cut it out. I said if you're not all these measurements are not constant, and this area, if you are not going to make a pleat with this particular area, you can decide to reduce it. You can make it pencil. So now we're going to open this. You can see the difference now. This is doubled already. These two edges now, the way we reduce the first one, that is the way we're going to reduce this as well, so that this area will not be too sharp. Just make sure your hand is straight. So you can see, just try to reduce it so that this area will not be too sharp. Then so you can see now the wideness of this now is too wide, so you can try to reduce it. It's better how you want it to be. If it is too wide, you can still reduce it before placing it on the main fabric. So like this, the wideness should be 8.5 inches, right? So 8.5 divided by 2 is going to give us 4.25. So this is 4.25. So 4.25 from this area now to this area, it's going from here to here. It's going as well. So you can try to cut it out. And if you think this area is too wide, you can reduce it by is 2 inches. That means we'll be using 1 inch here. This is 1 inch. This is also 1 inch. So you can cut it down to that 1 inch. You can see it. You can cut it this way, and you can decide to rule it to make it straight. You can see the one I cut is straight. this is how it's going to be now. You can see. So by the time you stitch it, so this is doubled, then this is single one, but it's both double. But this the difference between this and this now is that this two area is curved. You can see this side and this other side is curved, but this only have one curve and this area is straight. So it depends on how you want it to be. You can use this one on the you can use this on the corset. You can also use this on the corset. And you can see the two picture I showed to you is of two different type. They use this particular one and this two. This particular one is being used and this. So you're going to transfer this on the fabric if you want. If you want this particular one, you transfer it on the fabric, then you make a stay. So this is stay. This is stay that I'll be making use of. I'm going to stay this area by opening it. I'll stay it, then I'll turn it, I'll stitch it and turn it to the right side. Then I'm going to show it to you. So you can start to make use of a wording to make it stand. And if you're working with a scuba, so that sleeve is going to stand so well. So now here is the result we get from this pattern. When I use this particular pattern, this is the result. So by the time you use this pattern, you get to cut your fabric twice, then you stay it, then you turn it with each other, and you're going to get a good result as well. So let me wear it on the mannequin and you will see the outcome. So you can see the final result at this center, as you can see it on the picture. So you do so at the back too. If you're working with a thick material, it will be more stand than this. So you can see, most especially is scuba. If you find this tutorial helpful, for those who are watching for the first time, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and thanks to all my subscribers for watching me always. Thanks for subscribing. See you in my next class. Bye.